Hey guys, I'm Wench Fairy and welcome back to Valhalla, Cyberpunk Bartender Action. It is the beginning of day 6, but we had to sleep over at the bar last night because there may or may not be rioting happening in the streets and boss didn't want us to go home. So here we are, rise and shine. I slept on the floor in her office, 11 a.m. That's morning for me on the weekends. So it's still noisy, but forces have been deployed to take care of most of them at least. Most of them what? I don't know. Zaibatsu Corp's president is pleading with anyone to stop the rogue white knights. Just anyone. Neighboring city forces are deployed quickly and have subdued most of the opposition. White knights just freezing like they were petrified somehow. You make it sound like some god suddenly decided to put everything in place. Well, I'm just glad no bullets are flying in and out of the whole building. I mean, that's definitely a thing to be happy about. It's not safe, but it was worse last night. There also seems to be a civilian force lynching any white knights they spot. Oh no, I hope Say's okay. So not only are the white knights a problem, regular folks are on edge too. And I wonder if Say is okay. I hope she's okay. She was lovely. Should we be worried about Gil? Apparently not. I'm sure that whatever it is he's doing, he's safe. Oh, let's freaking hope so. Yeah. Jill and I are of the same mind. Are we going to work today? I think the answer is probably yes, because we're already here. We might as well be open. Oh. We're taking the day off, apparently. But I'm here. Okay, so I'm going home. Alright, we're gonna go back to my house. We're gonna go back to my house. Get some food on the way. Oh, this is different. Here we are. My apartment. Feel free to hang out at my house. Cool. Boss is gonna hang out. There we go. Oh. That would be you, boss. You're the wrestler. I'm not. Smoke. I bet Jill's apartment stinks. Oh, is Dana a little baby when it comes to the cold? Aww. I guess we're at Jill's house. She has all her clothes, so like, here's a sweater. I bought it because it was cheap. It didn't fit, but it was cheap. Oh. Here, have a hoodie. That's a... Jill, that's kind of an odd question to ask out of nowhere. I'm waiting for something to happen here. Eternally 17! Uh-huh. Okay, Dana does not want us to know how old she is. Change out of the work uniform. 4! Ooh. I like him. He's cute. I guess that's true. Black cats don't normally have blue eyes, but... Back at home, she had a pet bear. His name was Bosco. Oh. It's a cute picture in Jill's house. framed picture on printer paper. It's so vintage. Lenore, her ex-girlfriend, and Gabrielle, Lenore's sister. Jill's face. You look exactly the same. Did you two break up on good terms then? You even hesitated a bit when calling her your ex. Oh. So it's not a good breakup. I just went away and I haven't said a word since. Couldn't get my mind off of something Alma said to me about missing having the warmth of someone else pressed against your side, using them as a pillow, mixing your puke. And that's how I remember that conversation with Alma. Putting their head on their chest, listening to their breathing as they pet your head, dozing off, knowing they're there. Aww. I felt nostalgic, then miserable. You're alright, boss. I mean to apologize, but I feel like it's too late now. Whenever I grow out, there's this fear in the back of my head that I'll meet her in the street. Don't know if I could face her again, let alone talk to her. It would be a mess. Aw, Jill. It's never too late to apologize. Yeah, take boss's advice. What's on the table? Hiding the envelope. I don't know. I wonder what it was. Oh, we have a balcony. Drinks at the bar are more addictive, flavorful, and also stronger than the ones they sell in stores. Besides, the one in the bar is more of a double IPA. This is a Pilsner. Let's have a beer. In English, please. This one's lighter in color and lighter in flavor. Doesn't taste like that. Dana, how do you know nothing about making this? NDL. Oh, so they made a water substitute? That's kind of terrifying. Use it in bars instead. NDL and cornstarch. Yep. We're gonna make Jill drink as much as possible. You're a nerd. Yeah, well, yeah. Guilty as charged. Oh. It's not how drinking with friends works. Oh, are we friends? I like every time I hit the drink button, there's a little animation of Jill going, they're friends. In case you're any doubts, yes, I consider you one of my best. Oh, boss. Besides, you and Gil are always so diligent and responsible that I'm boss in name only anyway. On a side note, it surprises me you kept that poster of me in the room. What poster? Even more that you hung it in plain sight. And I gave it to you as more or less a joke, you know? That's right, there's a poster of boss. It's my own face. I thought it was funny. So she hung a poster of her boss on the wall as a conversation starter, but no one ever comes over, so it doesn't really matter. No steamy nights of passion. No. Aw. Gonna beat stuff up. Oh. Not being able to have sex for reasons, miss. Oh. I'll know you have my... Oh. I like this little bonding time. This is cute. Ah. Did you just call me? That's what friends are for. Hey, boss, be honest with me here. About what? Who is Gil? What do you mean? You know what I mean. Who is he? I have a couple of ideas. I know for certain that Gil was in the Hong Kong riots, and he took part in the anti-riot force before defecting. That should give me a clue as to who he is, but so far I've only found out about one such defector, and he didn't leave Hong Kong for at least 4 years. I also know for certain that Gil was in England and France during the time frame. And it's always like that. When I think I have a clue as to who he is, something else comes up that contradicts the evidence. That guy's troublesome. A bit, yeah. I wonder if he's alright. You worried about him? You make it sound like I'm some emotionless robot. Yeah, that's true. Jill kind of makes it her career to be hard to read. Don't worry about Gil so much. There's 3 things I know for certain about him. He can take care of himself. You can sincerely trust him. And third, he absolutely hates bell peppers. Oh, well, that doesn't help in this situation, boss. Come on. He does. I've seen him even reject food that has been in contact with it. Man, what a baby. Unless he's allergic or something. I'm doing my best to get Jill drunk here. Not allergic. Just a baby. How did you meet him? He showed up in the door of the bar. He just showed up. It was shortly after the whole incident with Robert and the levitation potion. Oh, that's right. Someone fell off the roof, jumped off the roof. He's a slow day and he just showed up at the bar. I offered him a drink, but he said he didn't have money on him. I couldn't leave him alone, so I pretty much gave the drinks for free. And after a couple, he broke down crying. Oh, what? Gil was crying? I don't know what he did, but he was really regretting it. He wanted a second chance or whatever, and I told him if he could wash himself, I'd find him a job. He looked totally different the next day. I tried and failed to find out anything about him, so I decided to take him at face value. I judge him from what he did as an employee. And aside from the occasional sudden escapade, he's been as loyal gets. Ah, I return the favor in kind, covering his ass from time to time. Sometimes literally. Whoa. They're getting into like fights and stuff. And besides, after the whole Robert thing, I couldn't ignore someone that desperate so easily. Oh, how has Jill made the bar more lively? She's like an emotionless robot most of the time. Or the regulars you've earned, of course. Oh, blonde titty hacker. You mean Alma? Yeah. And I guess Dorothy. Armitage. She's a nice girl, you know? I don't think she's young enough to be called a girl. Says the girl who's eternally 17. Alma is really lovely. When you hear her speak of her family, she speaks with such love. Her face just brightens. True, she does really love her giant family. Makes me kind of jealous that she has such a close relationship with them, to be honest. I think we determined that Jill's family is just distant. Yeah. Yeah, back to Alma, aka let's not talk about me. I'm really hoping she finds a nice guy to settle with. She's so bent into finding one. I can't help but want her to succeed. Sex worker robot girl. Yeah, that's Dorothy. She intrigues me though. I've seen lots of sex workers over the years and she seems pretty giddy. Yeah, she owns it. It's not that she likes her job, but rather that she takes to it with such childish excitement. Lilum can be weird. Lilum operate in some really foreign logic. I mean, they don't really share our fear of mortality. Even if their bodies are destroyed, their minds are already backed up in the collective source. They lose an arm, they can reattach it or replace it. Depending on the circumstances, they might not even feel pain at all. It's not like they haven't attained human-like emotions like fear or love, but they're different. Like a different culture. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Oh, so Dorothy apparently is a DFC-72, so she's specifically like a social model. Lilum get positive reinforcement straight from their bodies if they're fulfilling their main purpose. So I'm guessing she gets a built-in push whenever she's in a meaningful or challenging social interaction. Why do they... I wonder if... Jill's a nerd. She can explain why they call them Lilum, right? Well, that's probably why they're called Lilum, because it doesn't convey the image of automatons. Don't call them bots or dolls, because that's racial slurs towards Lilum. Oh, as far as I know, because they all come from a bigger AI called Lilith. And Lilum are Lilith's offspring in Jewish folklore. Oh, that's kind of cool. Speaking of names, why don't you like being called by your full name? If you remember, Jill is actually Jillian. I have no idea what you're talking about. Has a beer. Don't act stupid. Back when you first transferred, I called you Julianne, not Julian. Not Jillian. And you almost tore me a new one with your glare. Like that. It's no big secret, but it's one of those things that feels silly when you say it out loud. Say it out loud so I can judge that, Jill. Did you ever watch Model Warrior Julianne? Not all of it, but my little sister's a big fan of the reruns. Back when I was in elementary school, I was a huge fan of the show. I had everything, from the dolls to the costumes to the lunchbox. Didn't help that it was one of those shows that got strapped literally everywhere. I saw a couple of episodes once. They were really nice. It was beyond nice. The show is about a model who can transform into an armor-clad magic knight. She fights demons born from greed and vanity. How the show presented Jules hating her job because it invited enemies, and yet still found solace in trying to be a role model. Hell, the main character wasn't a kid. Julianne was an adult that became younger when she transformed. I'd say it was a pretty ambitious kids show, even by today's standards. Just the fact that her enemies were literally issues dealing with beauty standards of body image, challenging as fuck. Yeah, that was Jill excited about something. And that is the problem. Back then I was obsessed with Jules. Sang the songs, dressed like her, I could even recite full chapters. Something tells me you still can. That's besides the point. It's nice when I was in elementary school, but then I went to middle school. And what a surprise, tweens are jackasses. Oh, I bet she got made fun of all the time because her name was Julianne, like the show. They went out of their way to tease me about the things I did back then. I don't hold it against Jules, I always hold my grudge against those fuck jobs. You know how most girls worry about their thighs at that age? I worried about jerkasses singing the theme tune of the show, mocking me. Oh. Every time someone called me Julianne or Jules, I instinctively react negatively. Pavlov would be proud. Aww. She teased because of something she loved and that made her hate her name. That's disappointing. It's definitely reasonable that she hates it because people made fun of her. Yeah. You're fine, Jill. What kind of kid were you, boss? When I was a toddler, I was the kind to always fight with kids bigger than me. Surprise, surprise. Then puberty happened and I became the Merriam-Webster definition of shallow jerkwad. When I turned 16, I realized what an idiot I was and went on to become who I am today. And the less I talk about those years from 12 to 15, the better. That's fair. Jill, look how red she is. I didn't even notice. Say, boss, how do you like them men? 2D. 2D? Yes. I don't mind anything so long as the thing is cute or 2D. How about you? Back in high school, I liked them funny. In college, I liked them successful. After a while, I just wanted them stable. And now, I stopped caring about them being funny. My high school boyfriend started conflating cheering me up with mocking me when I'm down. I also stopped caring about them being successful. I realized half the time they had no qualms about cheating with me or on me. And I stopped caring about them being stable. I realized they were the kind of person I was trying not to become. There was this guy who became so obsessed with holding a stable job that he hated. He started being physically ill. Oh yeah. Not only that, the last time I managed to get some, I ended up throwing the guy out. He took incredible offense with how I smoked on the bed after sex. The bed could catch fire. Not you too. At least when Alma dumps a guy, it's for less petty reasons. Should I drink more? I didn't realize how... Yeah, might as well. We're double down on this shit. Oh, she can't get her mind off her ex. She was all of what I just said. She made me laugh. She had a good position. She was stable. She was also smart and caring. And why can't I get my mind off the whole thing? Oh, I got Jill drunk. Now she's talking about her feelings. Maybe I should go and apologize. I mean, 100% you should. 100% you should. Have another drink. I don't even care about going back to her, but... Hey Jill, have you tried thinking about clothes for 4? You can't let all of that cloud your senses. Next time you feel overwhelmed by those thoughts, try distracting yourself. Like with thinking what kind of clothes you can put on your cat. You know, boss, I'm a bit curious about your circle of friends. What kind of people do you have in it? Keep in mind, you're included in the circle too, so any insults you hurl will fly right back. Well, I mean, I know, that's fine. This friend I've known for a long time. Redheaded, glasses wearing gun nut called Iris. When you called for the helmet thing. Oh, that's right, when she got Say's helmet stuck in her head. She manages a bar in Panama. It's called Nirvana. And if you thought this city was dangerous, you should see the people she has to deal with there. Oh, actual pirates. Anne means annexes into other business. What else does she do there? I think it was originally a hotel bar. She moved the bar to its own building elsewhere and opened up Nirvana B in the hotel instead. She wanted a place away from the noisy rich tourists that go to the hotel in Panama. Panama's a popular tourist destination. So the bar is her women cave. Instead of a man cave. My little sister, but that's a given. Her old partner from the Neo San Francisco Police Force, Lexi. Should give her a call sometime. Oh. She was in the police force, Jill didn't know. I spent a short time collaborating with the police force. I've been a wrestler, an MMA fighter, chimney cleaner, lumberjack, pet shop attendant, corporate mascot. Still see my face on some websites from time to time. Anyway, aside from you, Gil, my sis, Iris, and Lexi, I guess there's a lot of people that don't want to see me in harm's way. Mostly because they're the ones that want to hurt me. Oh, Jesus Christ, really? I have acquaintances here and there. Back at home in college, I went out a lot. But it felt more like going out was the pleasure rather than the people involved. Aside from you and Gil, my closest friends since moving here is Alma and Dorothy. The cat. Hey boss, what will you do in the... That's right. So if you forget, we don't talk about it often, but the bar is been... Dana was notified by the BTC, the people in charge of bars, that they would be closing it. I don't know, maybe I'll take a friend's offer of working with her. I was also thinking about going back home and helping with things there. Maybe going traveling for a while. Don't worry, bureaucracy's slow as AF, but they won't close it for a while. Better enjoy being there while you can. Okay, I'm not going to open another one. Will you be visiting me whenever bar I end up working in? I have a bone to pick with the guy that supervises the bar I'm planning to get you transferred to. I go there even though I have virtually no reason to. With you there, I'd have something pleasant to look forward to. You're sending me to someone you have problems with. Great! Oh, because that's the only person she can trust, even though she's got problems with him. The fact that he and I have a tendency to go at each other's throats is an unrelated matter. Maybe I can get you a bracelet made out of wood pieces from the bar's counter or something. Aww. When the bar closes, let's both take a vacation. Go on a trip. That'll clear your mind a bit. Oh, that was nice. We had a nice evening. Jill got trashed because I wasn't paying attention. Well, I was trying to get her drunk, but I didn't realize that she got a red face and everything. Is it snowing or is that ash from the riots? Chapter 2, eh? So we'll need $8,000 by the 24th, and Jill is curious about a Daruma she saw, getting one to prevent her becoming too distracted. There's the poster of the boss. So what we're actually going to do, instead of popping into day 7 here, we'll read all this stuff later. I'm going to save right there. And then we did a whole day in one go. So I will leave this one here for now. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. My name is Wench Fairy. Please don't forget to click the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. This is Valhalla, Cyberpunk Bartender Action, and we will see you next time.